How's it going?
What's going on?
Normal stuff. How about you?
Oh, got a got a new backdrop today.
I see that. I see
Uh,
that. Update in the background. I like it.
yeah. Got two guys rented my old office space, so I had to move.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those couple guys, is the rent pretty high for them?
I don't know. They know the landlord pretty well.
I think so. That's my guess too. Nice. I like the new setup. It's looking good.
Oh, thank you.
Who made those pots in the background?
Some guy. Pretty talented potter.
For all those that don't know, Shay is like a pottery master when it comes to small succulent pots.
That's very generous. Thank you.
He didn't know he was going to get a plug for his pottery work.
Plug for right.
Well, good. I hope you didn't barbecue too much this weekend because we're barbecuing a bunch of fresh new updates today. You ready for it?
Let's do it. Nice. Good intro. I like it.
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready, Shay?
Let's send it.
Let's get after it, huh?
That's
I've got
horrible.
more, but I don't think I can do any more.
There better be some better props.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've got like the whole barbecue right here if you really need it.
You do. You actually.
You see it?
I'm
Boom.
impressed. I am so impressed.
It's a little hard to get it all propped up and cool. I thought maybe that would be fun, but Well, thank you guys all for joining us. We got Shay here as my co-host. Those of you that don't know, Shay helps with our customer onboarding and outreach and demos, and he is the expert of experts when it comes to things HDPhotoHub. So as we're talking about new features today and some new updates that we've been up to so far through this year, he's on here to answer any questions and things that you guys have. Maybe if it gets more detailed beyond what my knowledge is, but I think between the two of us we'll cover it pretty good. We've got a good list of updates to kind of cruise through. It's a mix of things that have kind of come around, I would say, over the last few months. A couple of them maybe that were like early this year, and then a couple of them that just recent, maybe even a few that haven't been announced yet or just got announced, but kind of a variety in there just to kind of get everybody's visibility on them. They're the ones that we think are nice, and a lot of these features are features that we created just from customer feedback that we get, things that you guys told us would be useful in your business, and we've been able to execute and put those out. So it's always great to get some visibility on those. If you guys have any questions along the way, as I mentioned, Shay's here to answer them. There's a question box down at the bottom of the Zoom panel where you can ask questions and get answers, and I think see other people's questions and answers and things as well. Yeah, so feel free to fire in questions in there throughout as we go. We'll try to save a little bit of time at the end to be able to take any kind of questions real time or questions that would be better to actually show a little screen share of. Shay'll just kind of note those as we go, and we'll do that at the end as well. Yeah, I think that takes care of all the housekeeping stuff. You ready to get the grill fired up, Shay? Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
That's just propane for me, so that's easy.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I just turn a knob, press a little button, off I go.
No. You gotta get the full charcoal. That's when things are fun.
I know.
All
I'll
right.
get there.
So to get it started, we're gonna go ahead and actually start with some updates for the app. Let me see if I can get this thing presenting here. Maybe. There we go. So we had some app updates that went out earlier this year, a few of them, and I just wanted to make sure that we had a chance to actually go through and show those on a call here. So the first one, actually, I don't need to share over to the app screen yet, but I am going to here in a second, just on my phone. We've got some app-only promo codes. So to access those from your account when you're logged in, if you go to your business page, and if you go to shopping cart, and you scroll down to your promo code section, you'll see that when you're editing an existing promo code or creating a new promo code, there's a little checkbox down at the corner that's for app use only. So for those of you that have the app and are up and running, you can start doing some promotion to try to get agents, kind of get them excited about downloading the app and give them some good reasons outside of just when you're delivering something back to them to try the app out for their ordering. Shay does a lot of our onboarding with the app as well. So if you guys have any questions about the app as we're going, Shay's a great guy to talk to. I know his schedule's getting pretty full on some of those app configurations and things. But if you guys haven't checked out the app for your business yet, it is pretty cool. I'll show a little bit of it here, just as it relates to some of the other updates that we did in it. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I
Shay.
think I
It
have
looks like you want to say something.
no, I was gonna say I think I have a couple spots this week if anyone wants to jump in there for the app.
Awesome.
But yeah, otherwise it'll be next week. So
Yeah.
jump in there if you're looking to get that going.
Yeah, I like it. It's a fun area, fun way to be able to promote it and give your clients some incentive for doing that. So a couple pieces that we added into the app, a contact us page, a client referral, a QR code, and a little bit better support for co-listers. So let me share my phone screen with the app on it and see how we do there. 1 second to get that kind of pulled up.
Yeah, and while you're doing that, just a reminder too, at the bottom of your screen is that Q&A section. So if you guys have any questions while Ian's presenting, please shoot those over. I'll answer those in real time. And then, yeah, at the end of the presentation too, if there's anything that we need to show on screen, we'll definitely do that. So come on, someone give me a question
here. Shay's ready.
I'm ready.
All right, so you should see other device. All right, you guys should see my screen now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You see it there,
yep,
Shay?
looks good.
All right, cool. All right, so the couple things that I had mentioned there. So the contact us page, anytime that your client's actually inside of your app, we'll go to Chip here just for fun. So in the app, you can search your clients. Oops, Chip's actually reset here. We go in and can get into Chip. And so Chip's actually a client of this business. And so from the app, you can access your client accounts. You can search for sites. So there's a little bit of some order management stuff that you can do in there as it stands now. But this is kind of what it would look like if Chip would log in. He can see he's got a couple shoots that were upcoming back in December and a couple things. Right, obviously, these are going to be your current shoots in there when your clients are in the app today. But a couple spots that we added. So in the menu, the contact us, so right away to be able to get your branding, your phone number, a way to send a text, send an email, and go ahead and make a call through the phone functionality as well is all in there. And then also the client referral code you'll see is over in that left navigation as well. So your clients can actually bring this up, and if they're talking to a new agent in the office, they could be like, hey, you can use my referral code to go place an order. When the client, the new client scans that QR code, it'll actually start an order on their behalf with the referral code already pre-filled in for your existing client. So kind of some cool functionality to just kind of continue to promote that referral program for your existing clients. The other functionality that we had added to the app is just better co-lister support as well. So co-listers, when they are in on their homepage or in on their sites page, they'll see if they're a co-lister on a property, they'll see it down here in their completed section. They'll see it in their site section as well when they have their sites in there. So yeah, easy all set up for them, just like it would be as if they were the primary agent on there. So yeah, those are some of the fun things that we've got rolling that are new in the app. I'm going to go ahead and go back to sharing my regular screen, and we'll keep moving. Always fun to share from multiple devices. I feel like it's actually pretty slick that Zoom lets you do that.
Yeah, it is.
All right. So we covered the app. We'll pop in and take a look at some product updates. So we've got a couple different things that we did in kind of what I would call like the product management category. So we made it a lot easier to manage and update your team member products. We made it a little easier to see what all you have going on your actual shopping cart configuration page with some collapsible categories. We added the copy functionality that we've had in categories for a long time. We actually added that just to the single products as well. So if you're in a category and you just really need one product, you can do that copy there as well. And then workflow task notifications. So we're going to jump in and kind of show you around some of these particular updates, and so you can utilize them in your business. So let's see, we're going to start off with the team member functionality. So there's two places that you can actually do this from. So when you're on business and shopping cart, you'll see there's an option here that is new. It says want to update all products and payouts for a team member. You can click to go to the team member page. So this will give you like a spot on the shopping cart to just pick team member by team member. So here you'll be able to see that you can turn certain products on and off for team members. You can adjust the payout for team members. You can adjust their payout if there happens to be a price tier. You can also get to this if you just visit your team members account. So from business summary, if you were to click on any of your team members down here, over in the left navigation, you'll see products and payouts. And again, that's going to let you click in and be able to choose which products they're a part of, which products they aren't, and what their payouts for those are. So we can see that Carrie isn't turned on for any aerial products, but she is turned on for the basic photography. But all of these can be edited in bulk. So much faster than having to go into each product and then go to the team members and then make the adjustment. You know, so much easier when you're onboarding new photographers and things as well. Don't forget, we do have the copy functionality for team members when you're creating a new team member. For those of you that maybe don't know, creating new team members here under business summary, and it will give you the option to copy an existing team member settings. So if you have somebody, you know, if you've recently onboarded somebody else and really all the configurations and what they're offering and things are going to be the same, that's a great way to kind of shortcut the setup of that team member. Yeah, so really just some good efficiency savings there. So the collapsible product or category product categories, there we go. Under business and shopping cart. So this account has a couple categories in it, but not like 50 categories in it. Some of you guys out there have lots of different offerings and offerings that are special brokerages and all sorts of things set up. We actually added some functionality to make it a little bit easier for you to be able to see what's going on. So there's a little arrow on the right side where you can click to collapse. Also up top, you know, if you're really just trying to get down to like maybe manage a promo code or manage a workflow task or something, you can choose to collapse all or expand all. You know, collapse all and you'll be able to see all the category names. And if you want to get in deeper on a particular category, you click to expand it. But yeah, for those of you with lots of categories out there, this is super just handy to kind of cruise through and be able to do just kind of see and manage on your screen in a little bit better way than you have before. Let's see, so we mentioned copying a product. So if we wanted to do that, we could head over to any product. You click into where you can edit the details. And you're going to see this button nice and handy right up here, copy product. We're going to go ahead and click that on this one. And you'll see it makes a new product, adds it to the bottom of that category. And at that point, you can come in and add or make the changes that you need to. In this case, we're just going to bump these things up. What do we say? Maybe $160, a little bit of a discount. And we're good to go. That's going to update everything that we did. It'll grab it from its same way that it was set up. All the other configurations like team members, price tiers, all those things are going to be set up in, and we'll pull over. So if we're made some updates, so let's say that we're going to go ahead and update our team member payout so that it makes sense as well. This is kind of a little known feature, and since I'm here, I might as well do it. There's when you're updating the pay for team members, or if you're entering the pay for team members for a new product, if you put it on the first team member, you can actually just click and apply a magic wand and it'll do it to everybody. Super helpful, you know, for those businesses that are out there with 15, 20, 50 photographers. Makes it really easy if that payout's going to be the same. Yeah, nice little time saver there. And I'm going to just do this so that I don't forget and later I'm demoing and it doesn't make sense. We'll go ahead and make sure that it does. All right. Let's see. Workflow task notification is the other piece that we wanted to touch on here. So under workflow tasks, you can click into a workflow task in the detail. You'll see that you now have the ability to choose if you want the team member to receive an email notification when that workflow task is ready to be completed or not. If you do, go ahead and just use yes. If you don't, you can set it to no, and then it'll kind of stop those emails. You know, some of them are redundant because it's an admin who really is doing the delivery and she's working off her dashboard. She doesn't need the email to know that it's ready, and you can just turn that off if it's just creating additional noise in her inbox, and she'll be able to work off of her dashboard just like before. All right. I think that we covered everything in the product realm that we wanted to talk about today. Let's get into some of the invoice updates here. So again, just some more updates, and really based on some feedback and things that we've heard from you guys. We've had some businesses out there where their clients, they get in, they manage to log into their account, they're looking for the invoice, they head over to the property because that makes a lot of sense, and I sure don't blame them. And they look on that site summary page and they go, geez, I can't find my invoice. Where can I find a copy of my invoice? When it was kind of hiding over in account and their purchase history report. So we added the ability for them to be able to see the invoice link and access the invoice just directly from the site summary. So we'll show that. We also added the ability for clients who have outstanding invoices, multiple that are outstanding. There's a one-click button that you can do to send just that one client all of their invoices, but all collapsed into a single email. So if they owe you, maybe it's like a brokerage allowance situation and they owe you for 50 different invoices, you can click to email them, and rather than sending them 50 different emails, one invoice at a time, it'll collapse it down and just send them the one, which is pretty great. We also extended some functionality that we had where you could disable invoice emails, sometimes on just a single order or maybe in certain brokerage configurations. We extended this out so you can actually turn off if you don't want to send invoice emails ever. You can turn them off so that they aren't going to go out automatically. Basically, you would just manually send them. And you can do that for your business. You can do that for only a specific group. And you can even do it all the way down to only for a specific client. So we'll go ahead and show you guys where you can find that different functionality in there as well. So we'll kind of start with showing the invoice links on the site summary page. We're going to go ahead and go over to a site in this account that's got an order. And so a couple things. There's a button that we added at the top here on the site summary. So it's in your client's view. When they click it, it'll take them down to the bottom, and down here they'll be able to see the invoices that were associated with that order. They can click the invoice, choose to email it themselves, choose to print it. If they owe, they can pay, of course. All the goodies that you would expect from the invoice page. So that's going to show on the site summary. So remember, your clients, they see this area, they see their traffic, they don't see your order area and your order notes when they're in their account. But they will see this new view invoice area. All right, we're going to keep rolling and go check out. I've got a client who owes a couple different orders. I think, if I remember right, it's Bob, maybe not. Well, let's see, I think it might be Conrad. So we're going to go into Conrad's account. And under account and pay invoices, we'll see he's got a couple invoices in here that he owes us for. If we had just talked to him, or maybe he had just placed a new order and we knew that he had a couple that were still outstanding, or maybe it's the time that you do the monthly billing for a brokerage, you can actually come into this page. So when it's a group admin, you'll see all of the orders that are for all the clients in there, and you can just click that email all invoice button. It's going to collapse them down and send it out as a single email. When you click the email all invoices, it just puts everything together, uses your default email, and sends it all right away. So there's no additional UI or anything when we do that. It's just click and send, and boom, you're good to go. All right, we're going to keep rolling and talk about the areas where you can disable some of the automated invoicing if you choose to. So if we go up to business and then to default settings, we will find the invoice information and billing options. And down here at the bottom, we've got disable invoice email. So you can go ahead and turn that off. And at that point, when a client places an order, it's not going to send an invoice email to them right away. It's really just going to stop it until you actually choose to send it to them. The only time that the system is sending an invoice email is when an order is being placed, or if you manually trigger it. So it's really just stopping it at that time that the agent is placing the order, your client. Now you can configure that at the group level as well. So if we go into this group, the Your Home Realtors, If we scroll down at the bottom right, we'll see the advanced features where we can actually click to disable the invoice email for that specific group. So what that means is that any clients that are in that group will not receive the invoice email when they're placing orders or if somebody's placing orders on behalf of them. So in this case, we've got Charlotte, Chip, and Nora all as part of that group. If they're new agents that were added over time, they're going to inherit that same configuration. Now we can also do this all the way down to just at the client level. Let's say Nora never wants to receive the invoices. She's just going to pay every time that she goes to download her photos, and she doesn't want extra noise in her inbox. You could actually come down to the advanced options on her client account. And again, you're going to find the option down here to be able to disable the invoice email. Something else that I want to mention while we're on this screen here, there's a few cool things under the advanced options for clients that I feel like, I don't know if everybody knows much about, or I don't see them used as often in, just in businesses. It's kind of easy to brush over it and not know it's there. Under your advanced options, there's 3 different note fields that you can use. So you've got a general note field, which really kind of applies and appears on the client summary page just underneath their profile. You've got an activation note field. So this is, and again, all these notes actually just display to you and your team. Your client's never going to see any of these notes. But there's an activation note that can appear on the activation screen for a particular client. Into order notes. Let me see if Nora's got a site here. See what she's got, and maybe we can show some of these notes because they're actually pretty handy. Let's go ahead and do that really quick. So order note, activation note, and general. Yeah, these are pretty handy to have, especially if there's something that you always need to do when you're completing an order for a particular client. Or if you know that there's something special that the client always wants to have on their orders, it's super handy to have that order note in there, just so everybody can be on the same page. So you'll see here, we've got her order note appearing at the top of the site summary page. This is also going to appear in the task assignment email. So when a new order is created for this particular client and it gets assigned to letting your photographer know that they've got a new order, it's going to be included in that as well. And then if we skip over to the activation page here, see we've got the blue note appearing up at the top of this page. So if it's, always CC a certain agent or always do XYZ, you can make sure that your team is kind of just staying in good communication with each other about what that client is expecting and some of their preferences overall. You can just do it in shorthand form. And then of course, we've got that general note that displays here as well, just underneath the client summary. And yeah, just as some redundancy, we add the order note and activation notes here too, just in case you're talking to a client. You can be like, oh yeah, of course we know that we always do thing X when we're delivering back to you. So yeah, cool functionality that I would say is a little bit underutilized in the system. So give it a try sometime, and particularly if you've got some clients that are really particular, it's a great way to have that stuff set up and remember. All right, let's keep going here. We've got a really cool one for you guys on this one. So we've had the request to do some more marketing resources for your business. Particularly like around the marketing kit. How do we sell the marketing kit to our clients? How can I get some more exposure of the marketing kit? Can we get some of the great graphics? We've been hearing that feedback and trying to work on a great way to do it that's going to keep it, really white labeled to your business and have the right feel and make sure that we're communicating about the marketing kit in a way that you guys are all really liking in a way that you could send out to your clients. So the first piece that we've made available from sort of this a newer effort to maybe produce some more marketing that's white labeled that you can send out to your clients about the marketing kit is actually a promo video. So it's a 60-second video. It's white labeled and ready to go. You can access it here. So hdphotohub.com/marketing-assets. Again, that's hdphotohub.com/marketing-assets. Maybe you can toss that up in a question, Shay, so people can link it. That would be super awesome. But on that page, you're going to see something that probably looks pretty familiar to you. just a regular HDPhotoHub download page. We've got the video in there for you ready to go. You can click in and grab it and download it. You can also come here and just to view it if you want to take a look at it before you grab it. But yeah, feel free to add, your own branding at the beginning. There's some white space, I think, at the very end of the video if you want to have it fade into your logo as well. But it's really a great video. I don't want to spend the time to watch it today. I feel like videos over Zoom and that kind of stuff, they never seem to turn out as cool as I was hoping when I'm in a presentation. But it's got some really great content, agent voiceover and everything there. Lots of good transitions and assets. It really does a great job of showing off the marketing kit. So check it out when you get a chance. And yeah, I hope that it works well and is utilizing something that you can do. I know that we posted this one to the Facebook group and people were very excited about it overall. Saw lots of people out there that were able to grab it and add their own logo and add their own white labeling to it right away, which I just thought was exceptionally cool to see. It really just shows that you guys appreciate it and shows that when we're listening and produce something, we love that you're actually able to go and take action and use it in your business and help grow your offerings out to your clients. So thank you guys very much. All right, we've got some miscellaneous updates in here too. I couldn't decide how to group these ones together, so this one just gets the cop out of the old miscellaneous updates. I think what I'm going to do is go maybe more one by one since these aren't kind of grouped together. So we'll go through this appointment scheduling one now and then just kind of come back and revisit these other ones as we go. So the appointment scheduling one is a super cool feature. It is something that I have been wanting to see in our system for quite some time. Let's see if I can get to a good site here to show it off for you guys. It kind of adds some of the smarts of the smart scheduling back into the calendar and into the business when your admins are using the system. So in this example, let's say that Bob called us and Bob needs to reschedule his shoot out for next week. So painters couldn't get in. It's going to be a while, going to be another week out. He needs to reschedule something. Before your admins would really have to utilize some of the cool pages that we have where like the team member kind of day view. I don't know those of you that have seen this one or not. It's a pretty cool view where you can see a lot of your team members' availability. You can see shoots that they have, drive time that's in between it. If you didn't catch it when I went there, it was just down on the dashboard. You can actually click the magnifying glass. You can do this for any day by jumping to the full calendar and same thing, click the magnifying glass to zoom in. So, great page. It provides a lot of resources and, your admins are going to be able to make smart decisions on what they're reaching out to and telling your clients about. But this just kind of takes some of the digging and some of the time that goes with that out of the equation. So now they can click this little schedule button that is just to the right of the order. So of course you can still click in and edit this all willy-nilly however you want. Your admin's got full control in there. But if you want them to just use the system to make a suggestion, they can actually click the link and it is going to take them over to a current current appointment and give out the scheduling adjustment. I did not have any days of the week turned on for. There we go. Let me adjust this. I'm sorry, guys. I swear I think that was the only button that I didn't click on while we were getting ready. It's what I get, right? Let's go back and look at that one again, just so you guys can see it. There's another functionality that I wanted to show as we get in and talk about this as well. So they're going to get the view like your client would when they go to reschedule. So in this case, it's linked over to Isabel. By default, whenever, so to be able to have this functionality, you need to have the client rescheduling ability turned on in the system. That's something that it's currently dependent on. You'll find that over at business settings. We'll go cruise over there in just a second. So they'll be able to get the appointment suggestions here. So this is great for your team to be able to see, what is the system telling them. that's going to make the most sense depending on what's already scheduled. And of course, your team members will still be able to click no show me more. And if they're talking to the clients at the time and trying to find what's going to work for everybody, of course, you can kind of cruise through and check out all the other options that are available. Well, your admins can kind of start with some of those early options that are suggested. You may notice too, there's let's see, on most of these, it looks like it is the very first appointment of the day. But you'll see a slight difference in the blue on here, or the color that your calendar is. It actually kind of calls out what the system would recommend if it was looking for an appointment on that particular day. It's just a little bit of a hint of a color difference, but something that your admins can keep an eye out for, as they know if they're really looking for, hey, I really need something on August 4th. They can look, and if there are other appointments already scheduled for that team member, it's gonna, whichever one's kind of that different shade of blue is going to be the one that the system would recommend based on drive time and things like that. So here by default, when you have agent rescheduling turned on, it is always going to try to use the same photographer that's already scheduled, right? It really doesn't want to pull a job away from one photographer to pass it and give it to another. Sort of a important element, particularly those of you that are working with your photographers as independent contractors. However, we added some functionality that actually allows you to let the client go ahead and be able to choose other team members if they want during the process. So here on business and default settings, this is where we've got some of the configuration set up for the appointment, for when the client can actually reschedule. In this case, it's set to 8 hours before the appointment. I think in most cases, I would probably do a day or 48 hours. And it's up to you if you want to allow clients to choose like a to be determined or unscheduled appointment. So if you want them to have the ability to add scheduling to an appointment that doesn't have scheduling, you can click to enable that. And then if they have one that they had to put on hold because of the paint situation that I called out earlier, and maybe they don't even know when that's going to be ready yet, so they were choosing to be determined, they could actually pop back into their account and schedule it once things are ready. And then also this all allow all the team members during reschedule. So when you do that, it will prefer the team member that it's assigned to first, but it will allow all those team members to kind of get into the mix for the scheduling of the agents if you have that enabled as well. So that's another nice handy little tool that is in there and available. All right, I think we covered that one pretty good. So group admin ordering. This is another pretty cool one that simplifies. So for those of you that have been in our system, I'm sure you for sure know that we have groups, which is a way to kind of put clients together as like kind of all the clients that are in a brokerage you might put into one, maybe all clients that are in a team or a listing team you might put into one. You can have different layers of groups, so you can have like one, say, Keller Williams group for your area, and then different Keller Williams for each locations. There's some neat things that you can do in there, and one of those things is actually you can have what we call a group admin. So that group admin will have permissions to be able to manage all the other client accounts that are in their group. And so in this case, it's like ordering on behalf of them, and they can see all their sites. They can go in and be able to access the photos. Really great when you have like an office manager or somebody who's really involved with the listing agents in the office. Also really great if you set up like the setup where a brokerage can do the billing, where everything's going to a specific broker. And maybe you've got multiple levels. I kind of mentioned that Keller Williams setup earlier, where you got like Keller Williams, and then you got a couple other different office locations in there. You could actually have admins at different levels. So like an admin at the satellite office level, where they can just access their own clients. And then maybe it's one broker who owns, all three of those locations. They could have their own account in a higher up group where they could actually have access to everything, be able to see all the billing and things like that. But what we are talking about today is actually just an group admin being able to place an order on behalf of a client. So we're going to go into Charlotte's account. She is the group admin for these. And you'll see that rather than just say order a photo shoot, she's got the option here to order a photo shoot for a client. So she can come in and choose this, and you're going to see a screen that's pretty familiar to you, where you're able to put in your order, domain, and they get the client option down here. And what this actually does is it limits the clients down to just the group admin and then any of the clients that they would have access to through that group admin configuration. So in this case, she's the admin of just the satellite location. So it's just her and 2 other agents in there. She can go ahead and order on behalf of one of these clients. Now it does use the default shopping cart when it's set up to be able to do that order. If you've got an override or something in place, you might get that message like what we're seeing here. There's unable to find a shopping cart, so to contact your photographer. I'll reach out, but for the most part, all the defaults and things are going to be set up. Got this one as kind of some funny setups here in the test account, but yeah, when everything's normal, they just pick and create a new site and they're good to go. All right, let's head back, and we are looking at some team member agreements. So this is another pretty interesting one and a good one. Let's see, where did I go here? So the team member agreements is something, so if you have a lot of independent contractors, or if you have just like employees and you wanted to have some agreements in place or agreements that could update on your site. So if you go to business and business details, you'll see below where you have your copyright license, you can go ahead and create an agreement. So the agreement, you set it up, and we're just going to say team member agreement. And what's going to happen is when your team member logs in and you have an active agreement that they haven't agreed to yet or that they haven't seen yet, it's going to put that agreement in front of them, let them hit I agree, just similar to the copyright license functionality on the photo download page, where they're actually going to be able to go in and say, all right, I agree to this. Let's see. I will eat barbecue every day in July. Now, of course, you're going to use it for something that makes a lot more sense than eating barbecue. You may be talking about dress code. You may be talking about etiquette on your shoots. You may be talking about delivery expectations. Again, this is just going to appear to your team members, and they're going to see it when they log in if they haven't agreed to it yet, and have the opportunity to say, yep, I've got it. Once you have an agreement in here that's active, you can come in and edit it. I wouldn't recommend doing edits, after you kind of do your initial setup. It will track the revision dates though, and so that, and just like copyright, you'll have a report where you'll be able to see which team members have all been in and agreed, and it's going to put that up right when they go and do it. I don't remember if when we're accessing a team member's account, if it'll show it. Let's go in and take a look. I don't think it will because we're the owner. So it'll recognize when Steve actually logs in on his own that he needs to click to do that agreement. And it's just a pop-up that appears right over the page on his dashboard when he's coming in. But some good functionality there. If you want to make sure that you kind of protect yourself and let your independent contractor know who ultimately owns rights to things, or however you want to have that agreement in place. Just better to kind of have that stuff out there and in front of your team members than not. And nice that we added some functionality into the system, into somewhere where that they're going to be working with you and in and out on. All right, so we've got guided support tours. So this is something new. You guys may have seen it down in the chat, or kind of the chat area. What used to just be the chat bubble now has got beefed up functionality, and it turns out to be pretty cool. So we have this new thing called guided tours, and so you can come in, and I guess something that's noteworthy. So any team members that are out there on this call, you may not see this. You may just see the normal chat down in your area. I think we have this just set up to the business owner level accounts today. So when you come in, you can click on guided tours, and you're going to see just a whole bunch of different things that you can really do inside of your account, and how you can be able to go and access and do something. The one that I usually like to show is like maybe you need to add your copyright license and you can't remember which of our configuration pages that's actually on. you can come in and look for a guided tour on it. When you click it, it's going to give you your little message here of, hey, awesome, glad you're adding a copyright. Let's get it going. And so then it's going to click and take you to the spot where it is. So we're going to go over to the business detail page, and it'll actually scroll you down to the area and give you a little bit more information and content around that as well. So it's pretty fun functionality that's really helpful in here. Yeah, so things like copyright, if you want to include like where to go to include terms on a cart, this is probably a good one. I think it's got a couple different steps in here. So again, it's going to kind of explain what it is a little bit. You're going to be able to click a button to head over to the page, and it's going to kind of take you step by step through the functionality where you can actually go and get into the page and the configuration that you need. So it's a pretty cool, pretty powerful thing. Of course, we still have our help center available too. If you just want to see some static walkthroughs, you can actually search the help center here as well. I think what we have, so copying team members. We have all sorts of help articles there. We haven't got all of our help articles ported over into the guided tours yet. So yeah, lots of more resources there as well. And then of course our all the ways to contact us, email, phone, chat. Once you hit chat, you get your normal kind of chat window that you might have been used to seeing. But it's been really great. I think it's kind of creates a nice experience inside of the account for getting some of those things that you need to get done and really, that maybe you just don't do often, and it's going to walk you through that system. Yeah, I think Shay, I think we're ready for questions if we have any that are out there that we want to kind of do some live screen share. Do you have anything anything that people wanted to see, or anything that was that's going to stump me out there?
I was hoping to find something like that, but you did such an amazing job that I literally had one question pertaining to this. I had lots of other off-topic ones, so thanks for shooting those over, guys.
Yeah.
Side note, Rena, I will respond to you in an email afterwards, so look for that in an email. But the question I had, I actually don't know if I need a screen share for, but
yeah, all right.
It was about the bulk invoicing.
Sure.
So it says, on sending bulk invoices, do those appear in the email as one invoice with a grand total, or individual invoices? So those actually will come as individual invoices in that email. But at the very top, there'll be a button that says to pay all. So they'll see all the invoices listed out individually, but they always have the option to click that button at the top. That'll jump them over to their account where they can pay everything and see the grand total if they wanted to do that. But that was it. That's all I got.
All right.
You tore it up.
All right, good. I hope, I think a lot of them were some good straightforward features, some new things being added that people have been asking for. And I feel like usually when people are asking for it, it doesn't take much to explain what's going on out there. So awesome. Well, thank you everybody for joining us on the webinar this month. We appreciate it. It was fun to run through some updates and show you guys some of the things that I've been working on. Some of the things that we've been listening to you guys on feedback and really getting in and being able to give some additional value in there. If you guys have any questions about anything new that we've added, or if we didn't cover something and you didn't want to write in the question box, as always, we've got our support team down in the corner there for you. Anytime that you need it, you can call us, you can reach out to us. Feel free to schedule a call with us if it's a little bit more one-on-one, and we're always happy to walk through the system and help you guys. So yeah, thank you guys for coming today, and we will catch you guys all later. I hope you enjoy the rest of your summer, and we'll see you for next month's webinar. See you guys. Have a good one.
Thank you guys. See you later.